Secret number 5. The little known secret of the direct marketing masters is the multi-step follow-up sequence. By now you should understand how to use the two-step process. First, we generated interest and gathered qualified leads from display ads, classifieds, postcards, direct mail, referrals, and other sources, including online ads and social media posts or videos. This works great for jewelry store marketing. Just offer an interesting and exciting free guide that helps someone looking to buy jewelry. Get them to say that they are interested, and then send them the free report, which also offers them a special offer. Now they're on your list of potential customers who told you they want to buy jewelry. Today you can send them straight from the ad to a web page with an opt-in, so you can collect their information and deliver your free report. Or it can be just a video on that website. They may have an interest in jewelry but not be ready to buy right away. That's fine. If you keep in touch with them, they'll remember you when they are ready. Then we send our free report or give them access to a special web page that tracks the visitors so you know that your ads are working. The purpose of the two-step process is to generate the lead and identify a prospect and follow up with a free report or a phone call, or both. However, this is only the beginning of the process. It's a proven fact that if you send a series of letters, postcards, newsletters, personal visits, and telephone follow-ups, your conversion rate from prospect to customer increases dramatically. The best timing of these follow-up letters, calls, and other steps is between 10 to 21 days apart. The reason why you frequently get the most responses on the third or fourth follow-up letter is because even though a prospect responds to your offer for your free report, they may not be ready to act right away. Anyway, who cares why? It works. All you need to know is that it does work. Maybe they're broke right now, or maybe because they're not familiar with you, they don't trust your first offer. Maybe they want to compare what your competitors offers. Who knows? It's been proven time and time again that you can double or triple your sales with multiple follow-ups to each of your prospects. In fact, you should never even bother sending your free report to a prospect unless you're prepared to mail them a minimum of 3 times. Why? Because your hottest prospects will act right away. Others will act on your second mailing, and the ones who are interested but not ready, or the timing is wrong for them right now, will act only after a series of mailings. You'll start with your initial mailing of your free report, then you'll send a minimum of 2 follow-up mailings with your free report included again in each follow-up mailing. Each of your follow-up mailings should be spaced 10 to 21 days apart. In your follow-up mailings, you can use the same report that you send initially, but the second time you send it, stamp second notice in red ink at the top. The third or maybe fourth time you send it, stamp final notice at the top of the report. On the second and third mailing, it's a good idea to include a separate cover letter. On the next, a simple cover letter that explains your story quickly and why you're sending them the report again. Like I said earlier, the first 3 letters should be spaced 10 to 21 days apart. After that, once a month follow-up will do. For your monthly follow-ups, you can send postcards like you see sent in the mail to yourself. When should you stop following up on your leads? Don't stop until it stops being profitable. This will take some testing on your part. In some cases, you can mail 10 or 11 or more follow-up pieces and it still be profitable. This is another reason for knowing the lifetime value of your client. Many times, letters 3 and 4 in a series will outperform letters 1 and 2 and bring in as much as 50% of your overall responses. Now do you see why you don't want to mail to your leads just once? Follow-up mailings can be combined with phone follow-up like we discussed earlier. One question I'm often asked is, do I have to spend all that time making follow-up phone calls? I'm so busy already. When am I going to find time to make these calls? Prime calling time is from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., and that's when I'm busiest with the store. I'm going to try to be easy on you here. Dan Kennedy says that when most people ask for help, they're looking for a stern but loving father. Someone who won't give them sympathy, pat them on the head and say, "Oh, that's okay. You don't have to do that if it's inconvenient or uncomfortable." Dan says that people are looking for someone who won't accept their excuses, will kick them in the butt and tell them the truth, because that's what's best for them. So I guess I'm going to try and be that stern but loving father, even though that's a little out of character for me. So here's my response to the "when am I going to find time to make these calls" tirade of questions. Well, no, phone follow-ups aren't absolutely necessary, but they certainly can be responsible for bringing in a lot more business. It's definitely something that you'll want to test. See if your follow-up sequence works better with or without phone follow-up. But let's get to the real issue here. If you respond with, "when am I going to find time to make these calls?" then you have an internal problem. What do I mean by that? Most people are working in their business and not on their business. You need to sit down and figure out what your highest payoff activities are. And the low payoff activities that you're spending so much time on should all be delegated. What? You say in horror? You mean I should even delegate my teaching responsibilities? I didn't say that exactly. I said that you need to only spend your time on the highest payoff activities. What's more important, doing $6 to $10 an hour activities or getting new customers? Now I'm getting beyond the scope of this, but how to manage your business and life would be a separate course in itself. But at some point, you probably have to make a paradigm shift if you really want to be more successful, make more money, and have more freedom. It probably won't be easy either. I had a hard time letting go of certain things in my business, but I finally had to realize that I was so busy doing $9 an hour work that I didn't have time to do the things that only I could do to grow my business. If I was going to tie myself up with $9 an hour stuff, I might as well just have a job. I could pay somebody to do the $9 an hour stuff, but I was the only one who could implement the things necessary to bring in more business. I didn't start my business so that I could have a job. I started my own business so I could have freedom. I would highly recommend the book The E-Myth, or The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber, if you really want to get an understanding of how to work on your business and not in your business. If you can't afford to delegate some of those low payoff activities, then implement as many strategies as you can that I'm teaching you so you can start making enough money to delegate that $9 an hour stuff. But also keep in mind that it's a double-edged sword. You think you can't afford to delegate some of that stuff, but if your time was freed up to concentrate solely on the highest payoff activities, then you could easily afford to pay someone to do the other stuff. Remember, I never said it would be an easy decision. Since I've taken this slight digression into internal problems, let me share a few more examples of internal problems that can undermine all your newly found marketing secrets. I can give you all these great techniques for bringing in tons of leads and clients, but if your internal systems suck, you or your staff have no people skills and treat prospects poorly, your stores aren't run professionally, your staff aren't good sellers, you answer your phone like you're annoyed that someone's calling, your staff have body odor, haven't shaved in a week, and have beer on their breath. Don't laugh. You'd be surprised at how often I encounter things like this in various businesses. Most of the time it's from the employees, not the owner. Then nothing I teach you will be of any value. The only thing it will do is help you go out of business faster, because now you have a lot more people who know you suck at what you do. And they'll go and tell 20 people how bad you suck. Now, I know that your business is not like that, but you get the idea. In addition to implementing some of these new marketing strategies, you may also have to take a look at your internal systems and employees and staff representing you to see if there's any improvements needed there. Okay, back to our three-letter sequence. Where did this three-letter sequence come from? This formula has been used successfully for years by debt collection companies. You've probably even seen a sequence of letters like this. You're late on a bill, you get a friendly first notice reminder letter. Second letter comes about 21 to 30 days later. It refers to the first letter and the fact that you ignored their notice. Now the message is send your payment in immediately. They may even supplement their letters with a little follow-up phone call. Bruno the Bruiser calls and firmly warns you of the consequences of not sending in your payment. You'll do what to my kneecaps? Then about 21 to 30 days later, you receive the final notice letter. I think it was Dan Kennedy who had the idea that if it worked so well in collecting debts, it would work as a marketing technique too. The rest, as they say, is history. This technique alone has been used to turn around thousands of failing businesses. Let me give you a few examples of some multi-step follow-up sequences. Sequence A. Free report phone call before you send them the free report. As soon as they opt in or request the report, call them and tell them it's on the way and just have a nice conversation with them. You'll send them the free report. 3 to 5 days after mailing the report, you call them again, ask them if they read it, if they have any questions. 21 days after the first letter, you'll send letter 2, containing the report again. 3 to 5 days after mailing letter 2, you call them again. 21 to 30 days after letter 2, you send letter 3 with the same free report in it again. And 5 days after that, you call them again and make sure they got it. Just have a conversation. See what they need. See how you can help them. 30 days after letter 3, send them a postcard. 30 days after the postcard, send them a monthly newsletter. 30 days after the newsletter, start sending them monthly newsletters every 30 days. Give them another call 5 days after mailing the second newsletter. 30 days after the second newsletter, send them another postcard offering a different free report. And 30 days after that postcard, send them a postcard offering a seminar. Here's a second follow-up campaign sequence. Send them the free report immediately. 2 weeks after the free report's sent, send them a letter number 2. 2 weeks after letter number 2, send them a postcard. 3 weeks after postcard, send them letter number 3. 30 days after letter 3, send them a postcard again. Every 30 days, send them another postcard and keep offering them new reports. A new report every month. That is how you keep them in the loop, keep them as a lead until they're ready to come in and buy. All those conversations you'll have with them only help you increase the chances that they'll become a loyal customer. You can also send these reports to your customers, your past customers. They work just as well. It's all about having conversations consistently over time, month after month, so they don't forget about you. I think you've gotten the idea by now. This is one of the most powerful secrets that I've shared with you. Repetitive marketing to leads who have already expressed an interest in what you offer. You can't just mail once or twice and expect miracles. You have to work your leads. All these letters, postcards, and phone calls work your leads, keep you in contact, and gives you another opportunity to make them a customer. Repetitive mailings and or phone calls can double or triple your business in 2 to 3 months or less. It's worth doing.